Welcome back to another installment of Using the Weber Kettle. We're going to use the snake method again, and we're going to smoke a pork shoulder. This is a good one. I'm excited for this one. Stay tuned, check it out. It's going to be fantastic. This beautiful pork shoulder was provided by Frank the Butcher at Johnstown Meat Company in Walworth, Wisconsin. There'll be a little clip later showing me talking to him, asking him a couple questions about his business. So stay tuned for that. We're going to season this up with a mustard binder, and then whatever barbecue seasoning or rub that you prefer, you can throw on there. This is just a mixture that I have on hand that I usually use for pork. That's what I'm going to use, and then we're going to set it aside, let the barbecue rub just bind to the meat while we get the snake built and lit, and then we'll put it on. Here we go. Alright, now like I said, we're going to let this sit aside. I'm going to cover it in foil, and then we're going to go build the snake. Man, I wish I could move that fast in real life. Alright, so here she is. 3 rows, 2 on bottom, 1 on top. Stack them like dominoes. We're going to light this end. Wood chips on the inside and a little bit on the top here in the beginning because I want to just kind of get more smoke on there in the beginning. I only went halfway around because, as we all know, or most of you know, smoke only penetrates the meat up to about 135, 140 degrees, give or take, whatever. So it's not going to take on smoke the entire snake. So let's get our pan of juice in here. Let's get this thing lit. Pork shoulders inside seasoning up right now, and we'll throw it on, and then we'll just let it ride. Alright, to light this thing, we've got 2 Royal Oak tumbleweeds. We're going to remove the front few charcoal briquettes. I got one laying down right here in front. We're just going to cover that with 2, and then we're going to stand one up right here in the front. And I'm just going to put these coals right around it. Just like that. We're going to light that, and it's just going to light the beginning of the snake. It's just going to be a big chunk of coals. So you just want to be careful not to light this side while you're lighting this side, because then you don't want to burn both ways. That'll reduce your cooking time in half, bump your temperatures up probably by double. Maybe not double, but a lot. So make sure you only light one side. It's just going to go all the way around. This will probably last 9 or 10 hours. We've got some orange peach mango juice that we're just going to throw in here. And just like in the other videos, I say to follow the fire with these vents, right? Where the snake is burning, just kind of rotate it. As it burns, just kind of rotate the lid. Follow the fire. That airflow, there's plenty of convection going on in here. It's not going to come in and go right out the vents and not touch your meat. It's going to come in those 3 slots at the bottom of the Weber. I've seen someone say before, put it opposite the fire so the airflow comes in and crosses the meat and all that stuff. This is a Weber kettle. There's 3 air slots down there. It comes in, it swirls around, it goes out. It's fine. Follow the fire, alright? Alright, our flames died down. Our coals are lit, so it's just going to slowly burn around. Pork shoulders on, juice in the pan, vents on bottom wide open, vents on top wide open. I'll check on this again in 3 hours. Let's see. It's 8:20 right now. So I'll check on it again at, we'll just say 11 o'clock. So 11 o'clock, we'll peek under the lid and see what's going on under there. Alright, see? Set it and forget it. It's 10:30. I know I said 11, but we're just going to take a peek right now. I mowed the lawn, I weed whacked, I cleaned some things. You can do whatever you want. This is a set and forget it method. This thing's just been sitting here smoking away, so let's take a look inside. Here we go. Looking good. Coals started here. They're right here after 2 hours. And this is the end of it, so this will probably go for another 8 hours. Let's get that closed back up. Right on track. Alright, when we last checked it was 10:30. It is 1:15 now, so that's carry the 7, 3 hours later about. Let's have a look. Oh man. So that's where our snake is burning right now, which is about exactly the halfway point. So it went on at 8:30. It's about 1:30 now, so that's about 5 hours. So this, I would say, is about a 10 to 11 hour snake. Looking really good. We're going to let that bark set a little longer, and then I'm going to wrap it. I'll take some probe readings before we do to make sure we're at the stall point, which is about 160, 165. So let's just let's let it keep riding. Alright, I changed my mind. Since we are halfway through the snake, I want to put a probe in here to monitor the internal temperature. We're looking for 160, 165. So let's find a good spot to put this in here. I'm going to go through the money muscle here. Right into the center. Try not to hit the bone with it. 184. Wow. I almost want to just let this ride until it's done at this point. I mean, we kind of don't even have to wrap it. Looking really good. That bark is not too dark. 183 internal is what I'm getting. Let's poke around with the quick read. See what we're going to get here. 160 right there. 165 there. 153 over here. So it's hotter on this side than it is on this side, which makes sense because this is the side that the coals were burning, and now we're making our way to the other side. So, you know what? Let's see what happens when I don't wrap. Alright guys, I'm a little conflicted right now. The probe that's in there was saying it was like 196, but my quick read here, my Thermo Pro quick read pen, try not to hit the bone. 162. On the hot side it's 184. Kind of already made the decision not to wrap it, so we're just going to let the snake burn all the way down unless this reads 203, 205 before that point. Back real quick, I did have a chance to talk to Frank the Butcher at Johnstown Meat Company in Walworth. I asked him a few questions. He wanted to share some information with you, the viewers, about his business and the services he provides, so you can check that out right now and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm here with Frank at Johnstown Meat Company 2. This is the second location. Frank, you want to tell the viewers a little bit about your business and what you guys do?
Yeah, so we are a full service butcher shop. We're really well known for our brats. We make a lot of different kinds of brats. Everything's made here in-house in the back. We have a little grinder, small batches, top quality stuff. Our brats, we use nothing but pork shoulder. A lot of other people use, you know, just like a mix of everything. But I feel like pork shoulder is the best. You don't get the brat that shrinks. You get the best quality. So brats, at the other store we make a lot of jerky and stuff like that.
Awesome. Well, being some jerky.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so this isn't the only location you have.
No, so we have one on the outskirts of Janesville, Johnstown Center. That's why it's Johnstown Meats.
Okay.
And over there we actually process for farmers. So we get those sides of beef in, the hogs and everything.
Yeah, my next question was going to be where do you source, because you know, like me, a lot of guys don't go to the grocery store because we want that higher quality.
Yes. So a lot of, we always try to go local first, you know, and as local as we can. Iowa's probably as far as we get some hogs and stuff, but they got some really good stuff.
Okay.
But mostly all in the Midwest, mostly Janesville, Madison area.
Excellent. Locally sourced, so you're supporting local business, local farmers, putting money in hardworking Americans' pockets. That's what I like being about, so that's definitely cool. Is there something specific you specialize in being a butcher here, or
So like I said, most of like what I really like to do is be creative, man, because anybody can cut a steak, put it in the showcase, you know.
Yeah.
I wanna, you know, we make smoked sausages, we make, you know, like a lot of different flavors of jerky at the other locations, and that's what I like to do. You know, I like to, you know, not just something you could grab at any grocery store, but I like to make. You know, and we make everything in small batches, grind in the back. So I'll make 10-pound batches of something. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it takes me 100 times to get it right.
Well, that's part of the fun of it, right? You get to play around with your own stuff and see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
Again, with that quality, it's always fresh. Cut that morning for the customers that day. So how can people get a hold of you if they want to purchase some things?
So we're Johnstown Meat Co. Walworth for this place. Johnstown Meat Co. Janesville is for our Janesville Facebook page.
Okay.
Yeah, we also have a webpage, johnstownmeatco.com. So at johnstownmeatco.com you can buy a lot of our packages, and that's a good way to do it. So you can buy, pay, just pick up right here, fresh.
Yes, yes. Thank you for reminding me about that. He does these packages where it's pork packages, beef, chicken, really good value. You get a lot of meat. I can't list one off the top of my head, obviously, but I was looking through them and there's some good stuff in there, some good deals. You're going to save some money with that, definitely.
I've been stuck here a lot, but I want to do more breakdown videos of like breaking down an entire hog, breaking down an entire. I've done that in the past.
People like watching that stuff.
Haven't had the best quality like cameras and stuff. So I have a friend now that I know in Harvard that said they'll set up some cameras and stuff, and we can break down some.
That'd be really cool. I'm sure you can get a good following doing that kind of stuff. Cool. All right, Frank. Well, thank you for providing the pork shoulder for this cook. So, Frank, again, Johnstown Meat Co. 2. This is the Walworth. There's one in Janesville as well. The Walworth one that I'm at is just 5 minutes north of the Illinois border, off of Route 14 in Walworth, Wisconsin. Thank you again, Frank. Appreciate it. This thing is in a stall state. So, the stall, right? It keeps your temperatures where they're at for a prolonged period of time. Sometimes the stall... Oh, runaway foil. Sometimes the stall, you can get through it quickly, you can ramp up your heat and push through, you can wrap it in foil like I'm about to do. I know I said I wouldn't, but this is why I'm doing it. We only have 3 hours of a snake left and it's in the stall and it's not really pushing through that fast. So this, wrapping it in foil, is going to accelerate that stall push through process, right? Is my Vekin wrong? I hope so, because if the Vekin is correct and this thing's already at 201 degrees internal, then I'm overcooking this thing, like a lot. I would sooner trust ThermoPro than I would the Vekin brand. So I'm gonna rely on my ThermoPro to tell me that it's 165, 170 internal and that we're at a stall and we need to push through this thing. So that's why I'm gonna wrap it. We're gonna put it back on here, let the snake do its thing and finish. By that point we should be at 200 degrees, probably before the snake finishes, to be honest. Let me get closer here. Let's see the bark on there. It looks really dark on camera, but I promise you this is a beautiful dark mahogany reddish color. Smells really good too. Wrap it as tight as you can. If you poke through like I just did, that's okay. We'll pull out another little piece and we'll throw it actually over the top. We're gonna put this fat cap up back on the Weber, okay? It's okay if you poke through, just patch that little hole up, it's okay. It's just a little boo-boo, it's all right. We had the bone side over here, that's what I'm gonna do again. Making sure there's no holes. Right back in the middle, right back on the Weber. I'm not gonna put a probe in it, like I said, the Vekin, I don't think it's being very reliable right now. So I'm not gonna put that in there. Put our lid back on. Wrapping it in foil is going to get us through the stall faster. It's going to allow us to finish this thing with the snake that's already there. We won't have to add any more fuel. We don't have to add any more charcoal or wood. So we'll be able to utilize the rest of this snake to bring her home. Alright, it's on there. I think I may have had one too many cans of man today. But that's barbecue, right? Keep an eye on the color, keep an eye on the temperatures, probe with a thermometer, toothpick, bamboo skewer, whatever. Keep an eye on the tenderness of the meat you're cooking. You have to call audibles throughout a lot of cooks, right? You're just keeping an eye on things. Oh, that doesn't look right. Well, let's do this. Oh, I think it's not getting through the stall fast enough. Let's wrap it, or let's add more heat. Or, hey, the internal temperature is not where I want to be. I need to do something. That's just how barbecue goes. So keep an eye on your stuff. Check it every hour, every 2 hours. Depending on what you're cooking, you may have to check on it every 20 to 30 minutes. So there's been some decision making in this video, and I know you realize that, but sometimes that's just how it goes. Check back in a little bit. Alright guys, it is 4:50 p.m. about 5 p.m. right? So we put this on at 8:30. It's 5 p.m. now. That's carry the 12. That's 8.5 hours, right? Okay, I need my gloves on because we're gonna pull this thing now. But just checked on it. Oh, we probably have a good hour to a half an hour left of this snake. We're gonna probe right in the middle. 198 on the side here. Ooh, 204 on the hot side. That's, you know, wherever the coals are burning, you're gonna read hotter. This side's it's the cool side of the grill, you know. So, that's probe tender. I can just feel that. But we're reading 203 over here. So we'll cover that up for just a minute. I'm gonna get my gloves on. I'm gonna bring this inside on a cutting board. Keep it in the foil. We're gonna let it rest for an hour at least. I'll probably take another temperature reading before I decide to unwrap it and pull that bone out. You know what pork shoulder is done when that bone pulls out clean, and that's what you're gonna see here in a little bit. So let me get my gloves on. We'll pull this inside. Be right back. Did I screw this up? Probably. Is the bone gonna pull out? Probably. Moment of truth. Alright. Here's the bone. Ooh, it's a little hot. Woo! Pulled right out, but we got a little chunk of meat stuck there. Look at that. Look at that. Let's see if I can, woo. This is hot, guys, so forgive me. Let me just grab this with this. I don't know why I'm not wearing my nitrile gloves with this right now. I'm just kind of just doing this, all right? See if this just slides off, and it did. Nice clean bone. So this is what you want. There you have it. Let me get a little piece here. Ooh, that's some nice bark on there. I'm telling you. Got a nice smoke ring in there. Oh man. That snake method on the Weber delivers every time. That's a set it and forget it. We set it up at what, 8 this morning, got the pork shoulder seasoned, got it on there by 8:30. I didn't even have to do anything with it until it was time to wrap, right? Let's look at the bark on that. I don't know if you guys can see that. Fantastic bark. Buddy, what do you think? Can you give a thumbs up to the camera? Yeah. Pork shoulder.
Wow, that's good.
Thanks for watching. Frank the Butcher, thank you again. Check out Johnstown Meat Company in Walworth, Wisconsin. See you guys next time.